All right. Welcome back to Peekaphone. Getting ready to start the Critic Mission 13 as of right now. Mission 13, you never know if they add new missions. It could adjust it. It could make Mission 13 into Mission 14. You never know. But as of right now, you can see it's Mission 13, the Critic. I've seen a lot of comments asking for me to do a playthrough of the Critic. You guys are getting stumped in the Critic. But not to worry, I am here. We're going to figure this out together. At the time of recording this video, it is officially Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to anybody out there that celebrates it, anybody that's watching this, Merry Christmas, Merry or Happy, whatever it is that you're celebrating right now. Without further ado, let's get right into the Critic. Chris Farber, a famous movie critic, was found dead in the back rows of a movie theater. His phone seems to be full of information that might be helpful. Use your sleuthing skills to help the authorities uncover who killed this man. All right, start mission. All right, interesting. But some question marks at the bottom. I can't see what that says. I don't know what it's saying. A spa something, the ultimate trip. It says a space odyssey. That's what it is, a space odyssey, ultimate trip. So there's a movie out there called, and I'm guessing this is all movie related clues and hints, passwords, seeing how this is a movie critic, right? So there is a movie out there called A Space Odyssey. It was done in 2001. I think it's also a 1968 film as well. So let's try a couple different codes here, little passcodes. 2001. There it is, 2001. It's a Space Odyssey 2001. I do believe it was also done in 1968 as well. All right, let's check out the phone here. Got phone calls from mom. Got a lot of phone calls from the 555-0123. Flavors of India. That sounds like food. Delicious. Cindy's Groomers. Zachary Nugan. Something like that. Angela Weber. Blacklight Studios. Okay. Dial pad. We can actually, okay, so we can potentially dial somebody's number. Can we call this number? No, not right now. We could potentially call somebody if we have that dial feature. These are all the contacts. Angela Weber from Blacklight Studios, David Bowman, there's a Cindy's Groomers, there's a Michael Myers or Misers. Samara Withers. There's a lot of movie related names in here. Sam Watson, Michael Myers, like Misers, Michael Misers, Jason Morris, Jackie Torrent, Frank Poole. You guys remember Frank Poole from, I can't remember what mission that was, but we had something. I can't remember if it was Frank Poole. It might have been something else Poole, but there was a Poole. Was it from the Chief? I can't remember what mission it was, but you got Sam Watson. Samara, like a lot of pretty cool little Easter egg movie characters. The movie figures. There's horror movie figures. Really cool. Messages. Oh, here's the 0123. I warned you. Interesting. Message from mom. Hi, sweetie. Thanks for helping me set up my new phone. Such a hassle. Of course. Just checking in. How are you? Okay. How's work going? Kind of boring. Watching movies all day can't be that boring. Never mind. I'm sure I'll pick you up soon. I'm sure it'll pick up soon. Hey, sweetie, is now a good time for me to give you a call? Yeah. Hey, I forgot the password for your streamy again. What is it? For your streamy? What's a streamy? Trying to watch the Great French Baking Show. The Great French Baking Show. That's funny because that's definitely related to what is currently on a popular platform. Yeah, there's a greatest British baking show out there I just love to watch. McCavity 1. That's for the streaming. Should have guessed. How is that sweet boy doing? He's all right. Taking him to the groomers next week. Talking about the cat. Okay, the cat's more pampered than me. Good luck with your pitch today. I'm sure they'll love it. Thanks. How did it go? I don't want to talk about it. I'm sure they'll come around eventually. Hi, sweetie. How was the movie? Awful. Hey, sweetie. Can I give you a call? Is everything all right? Chris, you are worrying me. So something happened to Chris. Zachary Nugen. I don't know how to pronounce. Hey, Chris, long time no talk. How's it been? I saw your article on Horror Weekly. Crazy. Things have been good. That's good to hear. Hey, if you're ever in the area, would you go out we should go out for drinks? What's up? Hey, just read the article you wrote on The Hills Have Teeth. Like The Hills Have Eyes. Brutal. How have you been, bud? Doing good. Ran into Sam today. I haven't seen them since college. How are they? Didn't their screenplay get picked up by Blacklight Studios recently? Yeah, that's amazing. We should all get together for old time's sakes. Hey, can I call you? I need your help with a tech thing. Chris, hey, yeah, go ahead. This is his number. So that's Chris's number. So a lot of phone calls going back and forth between Chris and Zachary. Interesting. Can I call it? Why would Zachary be giving us a different number? Let me know if you find anything. So that is a number, and then a message was deleted in the end. Interesting. So that's going to be an important number. And it says, I warned you. We'll find out. Flavors of India. Your delivery has been placed and will be arriving shortly. We've emailed your receipt to the following address. So there's an email address that we're probably going to need. farbercritics@hollowmail.com. Keep that in mind. Isaiah Smith. Good work on our article. Maybe next time try and point out some highlights, though. I'll try to keep that in mind. Don't forget to get the review to me on time. I'll send it over once I'm finished. Just sent the review. Thumbs up. Sam Watson. Hey, it was nice running into today. Can't believe it's been over a decade since we were bumping elbows. I almost said bumping uglies. Bumping elbows in McCarthy's film theory. Here's Angela Weber's contact information. Another phone number, an email, angela@blacklightstudios.com. I put in a good word for you. Not sure what that's worth, though. Thanks, Sam. I really appreciate it. Wish me luck. Good luck. And then streaming. A login attempt has been made for an unregistered device. If this is not you, please text STOP to lock your account. That was Mom logging in for streaming. Now, we know what the email is. I'm assuming we know what the email and the password is. We know what the password is. I don't remember what it is. I know it's in messages. I know we sent it to Mom in messages. McCavity 1, and then the email we can see in Zach. Is the email in Zach's? No. Sam? No. I don't remember where. Oh, Flavors of India. That's where our email, farbercritics@hollowmail.com. So I'm guessing that's our email and password. Let's check the internet. You are offline. Okay. Cinema news. Night of Zombie Plants box office flop. In a surprise turn of events, Martin Weasel's newest film, Night of Zombie Plants, has met little reception in the box office turnout. Following the story of a botanist who uncovers irreversible damage done to the earth by government experimentation, Night of the Zombie Plants is a movie that aims to deliver a message of importance of protecting our environment through the mechanics of the classic horror movie. Despite garnering a lot of attention in the months leading up to this movie's release, the high-budget film has not attracted nearly as much attention as executives expected. The reception for those who have viewed this film is drastically different. Some critics have lauded it as a masterpiece in the realm of camp, while others have deemed it the worst thing to come out of this year. As far as general audiences go, most viewers have left theaters unimpressed. One viewer we spoke to said, after watching and falling in love with Dogs from Hell, I expected more from a film directed by the infamous Martin Weasel. It was just meh. That's like an honest, review of that person watching that. More so than expected, Weasel does not seem to be taking the news well. He took to his top.social account. Can we click on that? Oh, we can click on it. Ooh. I didn't think we were going to be able to click on that. Martin Weasel here, director. Writer-director of Zombie Fanatic. Watch Night of Zombie Plants in theaters now. There's his birthday, so his birthday might be something that we need to remember. Some messages about the critics. It's the day. Getting ready to go see Night of Zombie Plants on the big screen. I hope all of you will go out and see it as well. Interesting. So there might be a password or a clue somewhere in here. It might just be the birthday there. All right. So he took to his top social account in a whirlwind of rage never before seen from such a level-headed man, quoting, "These critics are too dense to see the backs of their eyelids when they close their eyes, let alone a cinematic masterpiece when they're shown one. Fans are unimpressed with his seeming God complex and general attitude. Since posting this outburst, he's lost over 700,000 followers on his top.social page. Could this be the end of what many expected to be an illustrious career in the film industry?" It's possible. Have robots reboots? Has reboots gone too far? You damn right they have. Create some original content out there, people. I say that, but I haven't a creative bone in my body. Have reboots gone too far? It's the question that it's the question that's on all of our tongues after the resounding failure of beloved horror movie classics. Shouts, reboot, shriek. Have reboots gone too far? It seems every year is plagued by recreations of well-loved movies that ultimately do nothing but leave a sour taste in our mouth of everyone involved. In the past years, no reboots have received higher or equal ratings to their predecessors. All of this begs the question, why is Hollywood obsessed with reboots? We spoke to the Blacklight Studios producer, Angela Weber, to get a look at the inner mechanisms of the movie industry. It seems that many studios these days have only one thing in mind: money. It's true that money is a necessary and driving factor in making films, but when one loses the integrity of creating art, we are left in a film industry saturated with cheesy recreations of the same material over and over again. Until studios decide that quality is as important as revenues, I fear that the industry will keep falling further and further down this rabbit hole. When asked about her own involvement in the industry, Angela said she is very picky about the screenplays she accepts for production. "I refuse to consider a piece of work that lacks an original concept. The unfortunate fact is that not everyone is made out to make movies. The amount of screenplays I receive that mirror plots we've all seen 1,000 times is baffling. There are plenty of professions one may pursue within the industry outside of script writing. Leave that to the professionals." If Miss Weber's words is to be taken at face value, it seems the movie industry is in need of some strict vetting. Perhaps then we will finally be free from this chokehold reboots and unoriginal plots have on the film business. All right. Horror movies coming out this fall. A few of them. Horror movies coming out this fall. Fall is a time of cozy sweaters, tasty coffee, treats, and movies that leave your hair on end. With the best season of the year finally upon us, it's time to soak up some new scary films to get into the spooky mood. Here are 4 bone-chilling horror movies we're just dying to watch coming out this fall. Shriek. Can Maddie Fletcher, played by actress Amy Wales, evade the mass killers who refuse to leave her alone, or is she doomed to die at the hands of a knife-wielding maniac? Shriek is a reboot of the classic film Shout, a genre, however you want to say, a genre bending masterpiece that wowed audiences by taking a comedic spin on the classic slasher genre, playing into horror movie tropes while frequently breaking the fourth wall. Will this reboot hold up to the original, or will it all leave the theater feeling a little dead inside? Only time will tell. Chainsaw Eyes. That sounds painful. Just to have chainsaw for your eyes. What happens when the art nouveau I don't know. What happens when the art director Jean Leroux teams up with master of gore-filled special effects John Green? We can't wait to find out with the release of Chainsaw Eyes. Leroux's first foray into the field of horror. The premise follows an orphan who loses his eyes at a young age, only to be the victim of a transplant that goes terribly wrong. What will become of the child who knows nothing but darkness and pain in this cinematic stunner? So he loses his eyes, and then they're just like, let's transplant him with some chainsaws. And how big would the chainsaws be? They got to be tiny chainsaws, right? If you have chainsaw eyes, you have to have tiny little chainsaws for your eyes. And what kind of damage are you going to do for as some kind of like chainsaw maniac with just tiny little chainsaws for eyes? I'd watch that movie. Night of the Zombie Plants, the second movie from previously acclaimed director Martin Weasel. Night of Zombie Plants is sure to be terrifyingly successful. Follow botanist Jean Green, played by actress Patricia Vale, as she uncovers the truth about a government experiment gone horribly wrong. Can she rescue a town plagued by flesh-eating flowers, or will the environment finally fight back in revolt of all the damage the human race has caused? And then we have Sankekai, translated to triangles, follows the story of a city haunted by triangles. Sounds strange? That's because it's most definitely is. The film is an adaptation of revered The film is an adaptation of revered manga artist Jen Sato's comic by the same name. Her manga is a beloved cult classic among fans of the horror manga genre. Hopefully this film will live up to fans' lofty expectations. All right. A lot to read. Let's check out documents. We got film notes for Shriek, Chainsaw Eyes, and Zombie Plants. Zombie Plants, bad, everything just bad, right? Shriek, half-hearted reboot. Actress failed to embody the role. The killer was her boyfriend. Really? Chainsaw Eyes. Purposeless gore. Poorly constructed plot. Metaphorical chainsaws. What does that even mean? So, metaphorical chainsaws for eyes. Intense cinematography. So beautiful it almost succeeded in drawing attention away from the train wreck of a film. So, Chris here did not like any of these films. A critic of Night of the Zombie Plants. It is no surprise that the budding director Martin Weasel's new film was a disappointment. After his premiere film, Dogs from Hell, I had no high hopes for anything that was to come from his pen. I could not help but be surprised, however, at just how poorly this film was constructed. You'd think in his initial disaster of a film, Weasel would have at least learned from some of his mistakes. Alas, I would argue that Night of the Zombie Plants is an even bigger failure than his first. The opening scene of the movie is absurd and not even in a fun way, campy way. The idea that chemical waste would cause flowers to uproot themselves from the ground and feast on human brains lacks any logic at all. But isn't that what movies are for, though? Movies aren't there to make sense. They're not there to have logic, especially when it comes to horror movies. There's so many horror movies that it's fiction. Fiction's not supposed to make sense. Yes, it does help when you can kind of twist things to make sense, but ultimately, fiction isn't logical. That's why it's fiction. It's fake. It's not supposed to be logical. So maybe Chris is just a hard critic. But then again, a lot of the critics didn't seem to like Zombie Plants either. So I don't know. I'd have to see it myself. I'd have to see it myself to form my own opinion. Where were we at? The script comes off as strangely pretentious for something so clearly lacking in clarity and quality construction. This movie desperately attempts to say something meaningful about our impact on the environment, but falls horribly short and into the nonsensical jaws of some petunias. On the acting, it was atrocious. If you told me he pulled a group of strangers off the streets of LA and cast them on the spot, I'd say you're giving him too much credit. If it's as if Weasel set out to find the worst actors he could. I was surprised to see Patricia Vale perform so poorly in her role as a botanist protagonist. Considering her stellar performance in Where Cats 2 Claws Out, perhaps these actors are actually decent, and this degradation of value is just what happens when Weasel gets too close to a project. I feel with utmost certainty that this film will be the worst thing to come out this year. If not, Lord help us all. So now I'm starting to think that maybe something happened to Chris because of his really, really poor review of Zombie Plants, and maybe the Weasel here. What's his name? Something Weasel. I can't remember his name. I said his name like 18 times already. Martin Weasel. So Martin Weasel may have done something to Chris, and because Martin Weasel is so attached to his own creation, he's upset that he's getting all of this bad review, bad critique, and he may have done something to Chris. It's very possible. Script ideas. Titles: The Lonely Man, The Empty Body, Empty Bodies, Lone Bodies. Isolation, mortality, fear of dying alone is the themes. Plot is middle-aged man lives in a cabin on an island, haunted by his past, maybe a dead wife, feels he is being watched, nothing on the island, or is there? Monster inside him all along. Kind of sounds like a movie that Johnny Depp was in. It was a long time ago. I can't remember what it was called. It was like Through the Window or something. I can't remember. It was a Johnny Depp movie, and he was like in a cabin in the woods, and he was a writer, but he was like, it's been so long since I've seen it. I feel like if I remember correctly, he was like starting to like kind of like go insane, but he went out to this like cabin in the woods because he was having like writer's block or something. But yeah, I don't know. Johnny Depp was definitely in it. I do remember that. A man chops wood behind a cabin in dusk. It's dusk. There is a close-up on his axe. He looks around quickly, nervously. He gathers up his wood and rushes inside, bolts the door closed. He carries his wood to the furnace and starts a fire. He sits huddled on the ground in front of it, rubbing his hands raw. The camera zooms in to his eyes, and then title screen. So not much there, but it's a start. That's good. Reminders: weekly grocery list, canned cat food, yogurt, bologna, bread, rice, freezer meats, detergent, scheduled dentist appointment soon, streamy password reminder, meow, email password reminder, favorite movie franchise. Ooh, so the email to his Streamy account is not what we thought it was. So his email to his Streamy account is his favorite movie franchise. Did we talk about his favorite movie franchise already? We already know the Streamy password is what he sent to his mom, which was like McDouble or something. What was it? It was McCavity. But his email. Oh, his email password reminder is a favorite movie franchise. Okay. So these are password reminders, not his email. So I think we do know his email, but his password reminders, that makes more sense. Calendar. There's probably going to be some dates here that we can look into. Mom's birthday. That might be an important date. Midwinter screening. Okay. Submit review. Mr. McCavity birthday. That's his cat. The Hills Have Teeth screening. Submit review. Shriek screening. Submit review. Mr. McCavity's groomer's appointment. Chainsaw Have Eyes screening. Submit review. Night of Zombie Plants. I bet that's submit review. Senkekai. Submit review. Okay. So it's possible that his midwinter screening. Maybe not. I don't know. There's some dates there that we might need, though. We do know his streamy username and password. We'll get into that here in a second. I'm sure calculator's going to have something to do with everything. We did Cinema News. We don't have his email password yet, but we know that it is his favorite movie franchise. We just need to find out what his favorite movie franchise is. And I can't remember if we saw anything like that or not. Farber critiques at hollowmail.com. Let's put that into Streamy. Farber critiques at hollowmail.com. Hopefully I spelled that right. We're going to double check. I think I did. Farber critiques. I think I got that right. And then McCavity 1. Mac. M-A cavity 1. Okay, M-A cavity 1. Got to remember that. I should just write it down, but it's too easy. McCavity 1. Hopefully that works. There it is. Good. Geniuses. So this might actually be where we can find his favorite genre, or not genre. What is it that he needs? Favorite something. Favorite movie franchise. Might be able to find that in Streamy. Murder on Flight 409. Great French Baking Show. Under the Cemetery Wall. Can we click on these? Oh, cool. These are all recently watched. Favorites. So we can probably find it in... it's Werecats. Werecats is his favorite movie franchise. Easy. Is the email password. Oh, it's got to be. I might be spelling it wrong. Werecats. There we go. I had to capitalize the W. It is Werecats. Capital W, E-R-E-C-A-T-S. In case you guys didn't see it. But yeah, it is Werecats for the password for the email. Flavors, order receipt, Zachary, me, Isaiah, and 2 others. Vault setup, and then Angela for the Angela from Black Studios. Yeah. Okay. Let's start off with Flavors of India. Thank you for placing your order with Flavors of India. You can find the receipt for your order below. Tikka masala, delicious. Garlic naan, delicious. Large soda. Delivery fee. Taxes, total. I'm sure it has something to do with the calculator that we're going to have to do. Email from Zachary. Here's what I found. Hey, Chris, I wasn't able to find the name of the person that the phone number belongs to. Looks like they hid it pretty well. I did find out that there is a social account that's been accessed from the same IP address, though. I'll text you the username, but it's not very helpful in finding out who they are. A surprising amount of people put put something really easy to crack, like their birthday. So if you can find any clue as to who they are, you might be able to access it. I think it's Martin Weasel, and we know his birthday in that top.social account. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Jam geniuses. Big braining it. I still wish you'd tell me what was going on with you. Hope you're okay, Zach. All right. Yeah, I think it's a birthday thing. Here's a review. Let me know what you think, Chris. And this is from Isaiah. Looks good. I'll be up later today. Let's go ahead and see. Let's download and review the PDF for Critiques of Night of Zombies. Zombie Plants. We actually already read this, so I don't need to read it again. We read it in Chris's docs, in his documents folder. Yeah, we already read it. And it doesn't look like, it looks like it's word for word the same. I don't see anything that stands out different. So I think it's the same. We'll come back to it if we really need to. To be honest, I don't even know what we're trying to answer. What are we looking for? Who killed Chris Farber? I'm telling you, I think it's Martin Weasel, and we could probably put Martin Weasel's name in there right now, and it might work. But we're not gonna do it. We're gonna actually try to solve it. We're gonna actually figure it out, get to the actual answer. Vault. Thanks for signing up with Vault. Your temporary password is 1 + 1 × 1. We recommend you change this through our website to ensure no one can access your private information. 1 + 1 × 1 is the password. Interesting. If I put 1 + 1 × 1 in the calculator, is that going to open up the vault? Because I don't remember seeing a vault anywhere. I see casual. So if I put 1 + 1 × 1, oh yeah, geniuses. Oh, jam geniuses. All right, here is Angela Weber. Miss Weber, it was wonderful talking on the phone with you today. As promised, here's a copy of my script pitch. It includes the synopsis as well as the opening scenes. I hope that we can work together in the future to make this dream of mine come to life. Thank you for your time. This is the script pitch. Okay, we haven't seen this yet. This is definitely different. Let me try to... All right, perfect. Plot synopsis. Michael Fawn lives alone in a cabin on an island in the Pacific Northwest. Michael is haunted by the death of his wife who died in childbirth. The death of his wife who died in childbirth. So, death of the wife who died while giving birth is what I'm guessing it is. He spends his time isolated in his cabin, tormented by the loss, by the life he lost. When a mysterious box washes ashore, Michael becomes paranoid that someone else is on the island with him. Michael must discover that the real monster is hiding in his own mind before he loses all connections with reality. Opening scene, Act 1, a man chops wood. Okay, we actually already read that, the opening scene. We read that in the document, so I'm not going to read that again, but we didn't have the plot synopsis before, which we have now. Chris, I regret to inform you that we cannot pick up the script for production at this time. At the moment, this proposal lacks the level of refinement Black Studios prides itself for upholding. I would recommend thoroughly revising the work you've done and resubmitting once you're more prepared. Regards, Angela Weber. She just destroyed Chris. She said your stuff is no good and you need to redo all of it. That's terrible. That's not even constructive criticism in my opinion. It's not. that is just straight to the point. Like, that's not constructive. It's not, I don't know. That's tough. And no wonder Chris is upset about it. All right, let's go back to let's actually see what we don't have in it. We don't know what our casual is, but we have the vault. We have stop doc. Feels like I'm going crazy. Keep getting calls. How many now? Most were static, but the last one sounded like something screeching, inhuman, maybe just a prank. I'm scared, actually scared. Feels like I'm being watched. Am I being watched? Went to the grocery store and I felt like an alien. Everything was foreign. Everyone's watching me. Were they? Can't believe how paranoid this is making me. It's just some phone calls. Need to toughen up. The calls were worse. Someone on the other side said they were coming for me. Voice distorted. No idea who it was. Called police. Said they couldn't do anything for prank calls. Maybe Zach can help. I've made so many writers and directors angry. Why have I been so angry? Not sure who is doing this, but it has to be one of them, right? Need to find out who it is. If I can just make it stop, I swear I'll stop. I won't write another word again. Just make the calls stop. Stop. Username anonymous 731. So we can use anonymous 731 and the birth date, right? Let's username anonymous. I don't know if I'm spelling anonymous right. And I definitely didn't spell that right. Anonymous. 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 What was it? 717? I don't remember. 731. 731. Now let's go back to. We're gonna go back to. Where was it? Cinema News. Top Social. 01/01/1991. So 010. So January 1st, 1991 is the birthday. So that's what we're going to try to put into Top Social and see if it works. I don't know if it will, but that's what we're going to try. Zero one zero one 1991. Log in. Oh, geniuses. I knew it. I knew it was Martin Weasel. Martin Weasel. Is this Mr. Sinfield? Tannerslist.com. Oh no. I was recommended by a previous client. I noticed the name doesn't match, so I wanted to make sure. I was told you do all sorts of work. Yeah, that's me. What all are you willing to do, and what are your rates for serious work? No talking through chat. Call me at the number in my Tanner's List ad. It's done. So we need to log into Tanner's List ad, find the phone number. I'm going to have to try to memorize it. Tanner's List ad. Phone number. Can I copy this? I don't know if I'm going to be able to copy it. So it's an 850-555-0137. So we're going to use the phone app. We're going to use the dial pad. We're going to put in the number 850-555-0137. Let's see what happens when we make the phone call.
You've reached Jules. Leave a message and I'll get back to you soon.
Am I supposed to talk? Where's Chris? Where is she? Where's Chris? So that was Jules. Who the hell's Jules? Jules. Who the hell's Jules? Is that the name? Is that the answer to the... Is that the answer to who killed Chris Farber? Jules? feel like we're missing something. Yeah, so it's Jules and Martin Weasel. But the message he sent me was deleted. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to try Martin Weasel first. I don't even know how to spell Weasel's name. I don't think it's that. I think it's this. Let me just make sure. Martin, W-E-A-S-E-L. W-E-A-S-E-L. So we're going to try Martin Weasel first, and we're going to check answer and see what happens. No, Martin Weasel is a frustrated director, not killer. Your mission is to find the killer's name. So maybe it's Jules. But how do I spell Jules? J-U-L, no. J-E-W-E-L-S? Maybe it's Jules? Let's check answer. No. Far off. Okay. Could be something in Tanner's list that I missed. Oh, bodyguard for hire. Vincent Rega. Is that the name? Vincent Rega, 20 plus years in the business, can help with whatever you need. So Vincent Rega, I believe, is the could possibly be the name. Vincent Rega. Let's try that. Let's try Vincent Rega and see if that works. I completely missed the name the first time I looked in. All I saw was the phone number. All right, let's try Vincent Rega. Completely missed that the first time. Vincent Rega. All right, let's check answer. No? Not it? Let's try spelling his name a couple different ways. We already tried this way. Oop. We tried this way. Jules. First name is correct. Now find the last name. Oh, so we did find... So we were spelling Jules wrong the whole time. So we have the first name. So the first name is Jules. Now we need to figure out the last name. Oh, check this out. Is this Mr. Sinfield? So it's Jules Sinfield. Right? Is this Mr. Sinfield? Yeah, that's me. So it's Jules Sinfield. I think that's it. Shit, now I've already forgotten how to spell Sinfield. 2 N's. Sinfield. All right. It's got to be. It's got to be. Here we go. The moment of truth. Jules Sinfield. Yes! Jam geniuses. Oh! That took a bit of brain power to figure out, but we got it. Jam got it. Love it. Tackle another mission. Awesome. That was an awesome mission. I really, really liked the Critic. The next mission that we are going to tackle is the last mission that we have available, Mission 23 John Doe. At this point in time, at the recording of this video, Mission 23 John Doe. But that right there, everybody, that was the Critic. And look, there's Chris right there. All upset, unhappy, well, dead now because Jules Sinfield took him out. I'm guessing at the expense or at the orders of what's his name? Martin Weasel, because he just trashed Weasel's film. But everybody was trashing Weasel's film. But somebody hired Jules Sinfield to take out Chris. But we figured it out. Finally figured it out. Look, I had a lot of comments. You guys were asking me to go through Critic. Here it is. This is the full playthrough of Critic. I hope it helped you guys out. If it did, leave me that like. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this actually helped you guys out. Maybe there was a part that you got stuck on. Maybe there was a clue that you were missing. Maybe there was a password that you couldn't find. Hopefully this playthrough helped you get past that hump. If it did, again, leave that like. Let me know in the comments below. I want to know if I'm actually helping you guys. And if I am, that's great. That's great. That's all I want to know. Hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough of the Critic. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and join the Tethered. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.